Hey, what's up, Taj?
There's Dave.
Hey,
I'm on a
what's
live
up?
with James right now, trying to see the bubble on my eye.
Yeah, man.
Well, I can
Yeah.
see clear now. That's just so I won't touch it. But I got my cataracts today.
Oh, you probably seeing better. You probably seeing better than me then.
All right, come on. You gonna get on? Yeah, I'm about to get on. I bet. Oh, James said he about to get on the live with us. I want to see. You see James Dubois, let him on. So what's going on, bro?
And I was just telling her how excited I am about this episode. You was there, so you remember when Badass came before he died. This was his last interview. So I was just telling her how we all got to kick it that night, and chill. It was a good night. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice, deep interview too, and it was in front of a studio audience, so you got to feel all that love.
Before the end of the world, it's like you can't say it's like funny, but it seems like a lot of people that we have lost on this coast have come through and checked us, and then it's like, then they're not there no more. So you get to appreciate the fact that you got to have an honest conversation with them. You know what I mean? At least give them a little something that, at least they can rest a little easier. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
it's like a gift and a curse when you like helping people or just talking to a lot of people or when you know a lot of people, because everything that happens affects you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, it's like so much on so many different genres of the world and the spectrum. When I can celebrate when they do well, but it also hurts when you lose them. You know what I mean? So it's like a celebration. Like, damn, that was our last interview. It's like bittersweet. You know what I mean? It's almost like you need therapy just for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about it. I mean, I remember we had a session after that whole situation happened, and then we did get a chance to talk about it. The good thing about these interviews that we've been doing, though, is we've had a chance to give these people their flowers before they passed on. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's almost like they got to come through for that.
Yeah.
Karmically. And it's like, damn, it's almost like you're like, damn, are we like the gatekeepers of mental? And you know what I mean? Because truly, world comes to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like people throw up that bat signal for help in certain ways because they know we're going to show up. They know if there's some trauma and you close to us, if we even hear certain things, we like, uh-oh. I'll be like, yo, I need to call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I hear, and you taught me this, if I hear someone that I feel is a little imbalanced is drinking by himself, I got to get over there, have somebody over there to talk to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Like, really understanding. Like I can see when someone's in a dark place and when they need to be spoken to. Just from the therapy I have, just from talking to you, I know when people need to talk to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's another thing. Is like when you start to get therapy, you help yourself, you start to see and know when the people you love actually need it as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think on the flip side of that too, with like Badass was at a good state in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to the interview, he was in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Like smiling the whole time, dropping jewels, and it was just really good to see him happy. You know what I'm saying? And, because so many other times we see people that are in trouble and that, need a lot of assistance. So I love on the flip side when somebody comes and they're like happy and they shining. And, it was just a good send-off, man. It was a really good send-off for him, So I was really happy with it. Real talk.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wait, Smokey from Mixed Nuts just walked up. I'm going to make sure he gets himself cleaned up. Hold on a second.
All right.
Hi again.
What's up?
Well, so I guess we can pick back up, but basically, yeah, like back in 1991, right before I was born, my cousin was, I said shot, but he was brutally murdered by police. So a lot of people forget how ongoing police brutality has been. Like it happens all the time. So, I mean, do you want to share his story? What happened or anything?
I know his story is like murky because he died in his cell. They like, quote unquote, they found him dead in his cell. So like it's a little mysterious how he passed away. You know what I mean? And I know people are still looking for answers when it comes to that. Right. And and when something happens like that, it's it's hard to get reliable information. You know what I mean? So it was just a messed up thing. And because like I was telling Dane, as far as when I talked to him, this wasn't too, far before that happened. And he seemed to be in a good place. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he was dropping jewels and, giving his advice about things, because this dude went through a lot, I know he had lost his kid, you know what I mean? Which was, a terrible thing.
Wow.
So he went through a lot. In this interview, he talked about like being there with Snoop when Snoop was on trial for his life. Like he was there. He was there when they laid down the verdict, and he talked to Snoop right before the verdict came down. And so if you watch the show, he kind of gets some insight into that conversation as far as how that conversation went. And, how nervous Snoop was about it, because he was fighting for his life at that moment. So, he talks about Pac. He talks about a lot of stuff.
It's amazing. It's kind of funny how that kind of stuff happens. Like, I mean, people just have testimonies for days, but there's magic in that because even now, because y'all said, from what I heard, either y'all filmed this a year or 2 years ago.
This was like right before he died. I think he died in 2000. It might have been 2019 because this is from the first season.
Oh wow! So this was some years ago. So years later, you're able to carry on his legend and his message, and the fact that his words are resonating at just the right time. I mean, the best quote in the world: "The revolution is being televised." As that's happening, his words are able to penetrate young kids, young boys, whoever is watching this. You never know who might need to hear it. So this is powerful for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it hit me to the heart because I found out about his death on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Hey, Taj, is somebody here that he has a daughter named Cookie, and he hasn't been taking care of Cookie, and now he wants to come in and pop? Get off of me. Remember Smokey?
It's Cookie Farmer.
That's Cookie Farmer.
Yeah.
Cookie, I'm going to show you Cookie.
Hey, what's up? What's up, bro? What's going on?
He's one of the guys I discovered along with your man, Kevin Hart.
All right.
Wait for him. We got movies for him. We got Mixed Nuts and all that pause he's in.
Oh, okay.
What up, dog?
What's up?
That's one of the last of the light-skinned niggas right there, boy.
Oh, yeah. The lightest of the light.
Turn around on TV right now talking.
No lights needed for me. No lights needed.
Oh yeah, I seen him before. I seen you before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be checking out. Yeah, man. All
right. Yeah, no doubt.
My dog's name is Cliff.
Hold on 1 second.
I don't do live that much. Let me see what's up with some of these comments. Oh, yeah, I'm certified. Let's see. You need some therapy out here in Toronto? Holla at me.
Sorry about that. What I was saying is I need a little therapy. Why do people, when they come in houses, put their coats and bags on chairs? Something that people put their behinds on. I don't get all that. And there's places to hang it and all that. I be needing therapy because every time I sit down, I'm sitting on a purse or something like that. It makes no sense. It just doesn't. It just means there's closets in here. There's all type of.
Well, once
you're good, though. You're good. I was messing around.
Put up. You gonna have to put up a sign or something, man. Just put up a sign. Just tell you where to put it. Tell you what. Yeah. I said just put up a sign.
No bags.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So you want to get on the live? Want to say hi? She now I'm gonna bring you someone beautiful. I think she could use a little therapy for certain things.
Like what?
Everyone needs therapy, no matter who. Well, actually, I'm gonna work for a system that's not yours.
That's true.
That's oppressive right there.
That's really true.
The things that like some people have trauma that's not recognized. It becomes their normal, and you start talking to them, you'll be like, "That's normal." Being upset about that or having to deal with that. You must need. That's traumatizing, but it's unrecognized, and you don't even know that if you deal with that, it'll make your life a lot clearer and a lot better. So you never know when you meet somebody what is bothering them, but something's always bothering somebody. You just got to find out what it is. You know what I mean? But she's worth checking it out, and she's also very important to us. Introduce yourself.
Mimi Brown.
What's up, Mimi? I'm good. How you doing? That's my show behind you. See my show behind you? I said that's my show behind you that y'all watching. My show behind you. Look behind you.
Nicolette,
Healing is Gangster.
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna turn it up. It's just mad low. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you better. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just saying that's my show behind you.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is you right here.
Yeah. So, and that's my homeboy, Badass. Rest in peace. He died not too long ago. He not with us no more. He died. But he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? We're celebrating him today.
So what is this episode about? What are you guys talking about?
Talking about him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He, you might not recognize him because he got that hat on.
Yeah.
But I know you know some of his music. You know what I'm saying? You ever listen to Snoop or the Dog Pound?
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah. Yeah, that's Badass. Rest in peace, man. That's my dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what's going on with you? He said you got something going on. What's up?
Oh, he said what?
He said you got something going on or something. He was saying.
Oh, no, I'm a producer. So I'm for Fox Soul.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that's the channel we watching. Shouts out to Fox Soul.
That is the channel we're watching, right?
Yeah. Look at that.
Huh?
I said, look at that. So what do you? So you produce at Fox Soul? Like what?
Oh wait, say it again.
Like what do you produce at Fox Soul?
Oh, they have a new show, The Black Report. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it comes on right before this show.
Exactly, that show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's tight.
Yeah. So I am just here. I'm actually trying to get some work done, believe it or not. So I thought.
Well, I'm the therapist. I'm the therapist at Dame Dash Studio. So
okay.
I don't know.
I've seen you before.
Oh, good looking.
Yeah, I think I've maybe been in the audience maybe a couple times when we were shooting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you got any issues or, I don't know how you're dealing with your stress, but,
okay.
We got that covered at Dame Dash Studio. So I think that's what Dame wanted you to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
But it's, yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So blessings to you and at Fox Soul.
Thank you. Come here, James. Hold on 1 second.
Turn it off. Why you gotta walk around with a flashlight?
I'm about to sign off. You can say bye. Say hi.
We have to sign off. So what goes on after today?
Cyborg.
Oh, you keep walking around with a flashlight. Every time you see a so black, you bring a flashlight everywhere you go.
Like this forever,
Yeah. So he had a TV show with me, but he just never promotes it or anything. So that's why I've been waiting for him.
We're coming out here to film some more.
Come out here when you got something else to do.
Yeah.
You don't be focusing. I'll be trying to get the man to focus, but he won't. He's a funny guy. How do I get him to focus?
To finish this mix.
He walks around. He's the kind of guy that walks around with a flashlight with the lights on. I don't understand his logic sometimes.
Because I'm dark skinned and niggas can't see my eyebrows sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, see, I don't got that. I ain't got that problem. I don't got that problem, but
So expanding the brand. What's next for Healing is Gangster?
We just staying on the road that we on. We elevating. That's season 1 that they've been playing. We just finishing up. We wrapping up season 2 next week. Yeah, our season 2 finale is next week, and then we're gonna start filming season 3. And season 3 going to be even much better. You know what I'm saying? We always updating the look, updating everything. So, we're just building that foundation up. You already know.
Well, it's necessary. People need to see what therapy's like. And, we're also going to implement a woman's version. It's important of Healing is Gangster and get that going as well. It's Black women. I know it has to be the most traumatizing thing on the planet. Dealing with all of these grown babies, men that want mommies all day, and what the reasons why. And having to raise children on their own, and having to figure out how to get out of rough situations without using muscle but using your brain. Survival of a woman in a man's world. I couldn't even. It got to be the most challenging thing.
I mean,
it shouldn't be a man's world because women are the ones that create life. So that's the reason.
Absolutely.
Why before anything, it can't get no more godly to me than a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, we've had strong women on the show before. You remember we did the show with Rahima.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to Rahima Yoba.
I grew up with Rahima.
Yeah.
I grew up with Rahima.
Yeah, we had some
helmet on my eyeball. Huh?
I said we had a couple of good shows with some strong females, last season. So we got some in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we got
but they are the most important thing. Yeah. And, they need help just as much as we do, for sure.
But the therapy is definitely part of it. But the therapy is necessary, for sure. It's definitely necessary. Just having that opinion, having someone that don't have a dog in the fight to tell you things based on real statistics and study of humans, and the language of the therapy is so important. You know what I mean? So for me, translation gets lost. When you're in a culture, you don't understand how to talk to them. You don't understand what they went through. You don't understand what triggers them. I was on a mediation yesterday, and this mediator, he was saying things that he didn't. I was like, do you understand you're triggering me? Like you're intentionally saying things that are not true, like asking me questions like, are you a lawyer? I'm not a lawyer. Why are you trying to trigger me? You know what I mean? But being able to recognize when someone's trying to bother you gives you such an advantage. It means you're playing checkers, I'm playing chess with my life. So knowing when someone's intentionally trying to push your elevator buttons, or even them thinking that you don't know that they're doing it intentional, which becomes demeaning to me. Like, yo, bro, you think that you can ask me a question you already know the answer to? Are you patronizing me? And he apologized for triggering me. He knew that once I said the word trigger, that he couldn't play with me no more.
Yeah, he knew what time it was.
It's funny, in the street, if you know about triggers, people don't play with you. But in real business, the other trigger, that's the important one to know how to pull or not.
That's the thing. People are always going to try to take advantage of other people's triggers, especially if they think that they don't know those triggers. And the thing is once you know your own triggers, it gives you a sense of power and a sense of agency, because you can't control what somebody else do, but you can control what you do, and you can control how
when
you
somebody's
respond.
intentionally f***ing with you too.
Yeah,
you know what their agenda is. Like, yo, you really trying to f*** with my brain right now. Even if you don't realize it, that's what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So in business, it's important to have therapy, number one, so you can recognize when people need it, and when you can recognize when people are triggering you.
Absolutely.
Understanding your triggers is the most important thing, I think, in the world, and defining your boundaries. That means everything. Once you make the rules for yourself, everybody has their own rules for themselves legally for what makes them happy. You might not like a person to come in without taking a COVID test. That's a rule. It's a boundary. So for people, or you might not like you might not like someone not coming in your house without taking their shoes off. But if you tell somebody, yo, if you come over here, you got to take your shoes off. If you come in with your sneakers on, you disrespecting me and you got to get out.
Yeah.
Because I already told you what I don't like, and you're doing what you want to do anyway.
Right.
It's been defined. It's a contract.
Right.
And also, if I know someone, like my thing with people now, certain people, I'm like, yo, they in the street, it's like, yo, you don't understand protocol. You understand what I'm saying? Like your protocol game is wrong. But in my world, it's like, or in this world I'm in now, is boundaries. It's not protocol. These are my boundaries. You understand what I'm saying? But understanding the language to speak it in, so people understand even what a boundary means. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I get mad. I consider it disrespectful for me to make boundaries and you to cross them without even saying that. That shit bothers me.
Well, I equally see it. I equally run into people who don't know how to set boundaries. And then I also run into people who don't know how to respect boundaries because they've never been taught about boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times
mad
when
if you do anything with theirs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why it's important for us to psychoeducate each other, especially if you're dealing with somebody you care about. That's the best thing you can do is try to communicate and psychoeducate them about boundaries because boundaries are super important. And like how you was talking about in business, the last thing you want to do is succumb to your triggers and start making business decisions based on emotion. Or even in the streets.
You can't make
in the streets too, you don't want to do that.
Decision based on emotion.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because people see me with emotion when I'm talking about things I'm passionate about. But the things I'm passionate about are things I calmly have been thinking about. You know, it's about things, the things I'm talking about are the things I'm preparing to do. So at that point, I can speak with energy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, but when I'm mad and I have to protect myself in the moment, emotion does kick in. You know, that's what's crazy is also having that reserve emotion, that tank of anger for me. Like there's certain ways that I've been trying, and I was wanting to talk to you about this, right? So with my staff, I got this thing. If I ask you to do something and it doesn't get done in a week, I'm going to ask you a little more aggressive. If it turns into a month, the only way that I know that they will listen to certain things that I say is if I speak a way I don't enjoy. And I have not figured out, it's just like the way I always equate things is the street, right? It's like sometimes people only operate out of a certain point of fear, you know? But what I don't understand is if you know you're not going to do nothing and this is the way I'm going to have to communicate and everybody hates it, why wouldn't you avoid that? But the thing is, you know, even my kids used to do this game with me and they still do this, right? It's who they can get me to yell at, right? So they'll try to get each other in trouble. And if I get mad, but then I'm like, yo, I don't feel like being mad. I don't like being mad. So don't have me being mad to make your game work. That means you're compromising my happiness. You know, sometimes when things aren't going the way I want, because it's not the time to talk about it, I have to internalize it. So let's say I've seen like if I like let's say we're doing a show and you know I have company and we're in real time and I'm like this ain't done, that ain't done, and this ain't done. But I can't say nothing right now because we actually in the middle of a professional situation. I have to internalize it and it really bothers me until I let it go. And by the time I let it go, it's not good for anybody around, you know? So that's another thing is I try to tell my staff, don't make me have to internalize something over and over again to the extent that I feel I have to communicate because then it gets dark before it gets light. But at the end of the day, when it's dark and gets done, everybody's happy after, you know? And this is what I reference to myself a lot. Before Leah got on the plane, she told me she did not want to get on that plane, right? And I was like, well, don't get on it. And I didn't want her to go out there anyway, but it was her thing. You know, I couldn't get involved. But if I was the that I am about things that is way more minor, she might still be here today. So now I don't reserve that. If I got to get it done, or if I have to warn somebody, if they won't listen in a nice tone, I'm coming through in a different way. You know, but to me, sometimes I almost have to hurt people's feelings to save them. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't even care. I'd rather them be saved. That's the reason sometimes I talk the way I do. You know, even the Breakfast Club interview, it was like, yo, I'm speaking in this tone because I've been telling y'all nicely for so long. So now I got to say something that's going to bother y'all a little so that y'all can really stop and think about what I'm saying. But it would have been a better situation for me if I could have just communicated the way I like to, calmly, nicely, laughing. Right. You know, but sometimes people mistake my tone. Like if I'm not in an angry tone, then they don't think I'm serious. Right. So it's hard for me because I'm like, I don't want to have to be like that to get But after 3 or 4 times and the money gets, I got to do what I got to do.
Absolutely. Nah,
or if I'm taking the time to actually show you something, that means I'm not firing you. But usually, like, if I don't care, I ain't nothing to talk about. I ain't got to speak to you. I got somebody else that could give you your pink slip. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand it sometimes.
Well, I mean, I think, again, it's like we said earlier, there's things you can control in life and there's things you can't control in life. You know what I mean? And the thing about when you're dealing with other people, you can only control 50% of that. You can only control yourself. You hear what I'm saying? People, you can't control what somebody's thinking. You can't control what they say. And a lot of times you can't control the effort. You know, it's kind of like being a coach on a football field. You got to find ways to motivate them. But this is the thing, though. If you find that it's bothering you internally, right, the best thing to do is, instead of holding that volcano in, as soon as you feel it, you say it. You communicate it, because like you said, at that point, you're not as frustrated. You're not as frustrated as you are if you've been holding it in, you know, for the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times that's occurring. What I'm saying? So if you've communicated, you've done everything you're supposed to do when the situation occurs.
See, the problem, Taj, is, this is crackers and cheese. This is with this is dope. Turn this up. This is Culture Vultures with Redman.
Shout out to Redman. Yeah.
The problem is when I send an order or when I say something, physical things have to be done. There really has to be accountability. It's not like, I don't want you to say certain things or you can't. Nah, there's certain things you need to do, or I'm not going to make the money that I paid you. You feel me? So at a certain point, and you're right. That's the reason why I'm a happy person, is because I don't internalize. And that's why people think I'm nuts, is because I say what I feel. But I've been trying to master the art of not, just because people look so silly when I start making them aware of what they're not doing right. And then they may not have accountability in that moment. And that triggers me more. So somebody being wrong and blaming somebody else for it, it means it's going to keep happening. So what I've also learned is, someone doesn't admit that they're wrong. If they think it's someone else's fault, the same thing happens over and over and over again. And I also sometimes, I want people to think things through without asking me things. I'm like, your job is to not ask me questions. You understand what I'm saying? It's to figure out things so I have time to do other things. So it'd be like, it's hard to communicate certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to understand it without their feelings ever getting so hurt. Every time I give someone constructive criticism, feelings are hurt.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, though,
especially dudes. That's why I can't talk to dudes, because if they get emotional, they get fired fast. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, no time for that.
At the end of the day, how
moving like that?
How we talked about, before in a couple sessions back. All you can do is tell them at the beginning what they signing up for. You know what I'm saying? When people come to you, they know what they signing up for. This is a results orientated business.
You know what? That's why I respect Nicolette and Raquel, because when they signed on to what their dreams are, I was like, this is really what you want for your life? For me to get you there, it's going to mean me to coach you a way you might not like. You can't get mad at me. And, Nicolette takes it. There's Nicolette. There she go right there. She can take it.
Hi.
Yeah, no doubt. What's up, Nick?
Well, too, because she'll keep doing the same bubblegum. I'd be like, I don't understand this. You understand what I'm saying? But she can't take it, though. There's one important thing I had constructive conversations with, and they just break down the next day.
Well, one thing I want to say that's very important because I know you got this show coming on, or that's on. One thing I want to get across.
Kenyatta.
Yeah, one thing I want to get across to you and to other people that's watching. It's very easy to say the black man is angry. They mistake our passion for being the big black angry man sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when a black man shows passion, they say he's angry. He becomes scary at that point. You hear what I'm saying?
That man Karen. Everyone turns to Karen. Yo, you don't even know. Like almost every man that works for me from another culture, when I tell them something a certain way, they all of a sudden act like I was gonna beat them or put them in the trunk. I'm like, what is that? When me telling you what I don't like about what you're doing is so disrespectful to people that work for me from other cultures, men. Really bugs me out. But at the end of the day, they're not used to seeing a black boss.
Exactly.
Period. They're not used to that. You know, I see my brother Jeremy. I don't know if he's still there, but we went to therapy years ago and did it televised.
I remember.
You know what I mean? So I've always been someone that feels you have to air out what you feel, but also you have to know if someone is going to listen, so you know whether you could keep saying it. So also in therapy, I've also learned sometimes with lots of different times that person needs space. Sometimes when you're ready and the other person's not, so that you don't feel the buckshot of every part of their of their not evolving, you gotta just give them space till they're ready to heal.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that we talked about a lot. You've seen me give close people space and then them come back into orbit when they're ready. And
on the flip side, I've seen you, if they not close and it's just a business relationship, I've seen you make those tough decisions, say, hey, this ain't working out. You got to go. And that's your boundary. You set your boundary in the sand and you stand on that shit. And, that's good.
But,
keep doing it.
Being an administrator, a boss, it's a club, a very lonely one, because there's not many people that are, especially the people that you're usually paying. They don't know what it is. They don't know the trauma of eating the food you kill. They don't know the fact that if I don't make no money, y'all still got to get paid. And 9 times out of 10, because I invest in things and I'm patient and I'm passionate about my dreams, the money I put up, I don't get that for years back. People don't understand what it is to pay people and not get the service you're paying for. A lot of people never had the luxury of firing somebody or even having the power of doing that. Yeah. Or understanding what that means. That's the reason why I'm not mad, because I don't have to internalize. I can fire, And again, triggers and firing are 2 different things, but symbolically, they're damn near the same. Bomb, I can fire on you. You fired.
And it's the same thing. It's the same thing as when it's something as simple as when people come in your house and, like you just said, why they put their stuff on the chair. And then we said, well, what can we do about that? We can express at first when they come in that that's not what you do. You put a sign up. So it's the same thing. It's like the quicker you communicate and the quicker you're able to identify those triggers, identify the emotion that you're feeling, and then not sit on it and actually do something about it.
And you know what? Because you can't expect people to know what triggers you unless you tell them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Unless you tell them. So yeah, let me get did you call can you tell crackers and cheese, tell them you don't have to get on, but this is a funny episode. This is when we was this is back in the years when we were living in Malibu, and I was trying to figure out if I was going to live in LA, where I was going to live. I wasn't able to see my kids the way I wanted to, and they had just moved out here. And this was sort of therapeutic for me, was talking to other people that I liked and I respect. And me and Redman, we've been friends for a while. Before I smoked, him and Meth were the only guys that I would smoke with at all.
They cool people. They real cool. Real cool people.
They're real cool. At some point, the cracker falls, and he still eats the cheese. Yeah, he still eats the shit off the floor. The shit is hilarious. Redman always been funny.
Yo, Redman's a fool.
Right? And he picked that back up. We was like, yo. What black things?
Yeah, he high. He over there munchie. He got the munchies.
It might have been raisins. I think they ain't roaches. I can tell you that. He thought it was. He's like, that was roaches. I know roaches. Matter of fact, them niggas at my house the other day. Oh, you got Kenyatta?
He said he's on.
Yeah. All right. So look, I know y'all gotta get to Kenyatta. So before I get out, I just want to tell everybody, make sure y'all tune in next week to Healing is Gangster. We got part 2 with Badass coming up. And I'll be hollering at y'all next week. You know what I mean? So y'all continue to heal each other, heal yourselves.
Right. Oh. Hey, crackers with cheese is up.
You saw Batman already pick up that cheese. I was laughing like a...
Yo, but the funny part was you kept talking. You didn't even see it. You didn't know what was going on. You was like, you kind of looked like, what? Did something just happen? Yeah, he dropped the cracker on the ground, picked it up, kept going. Classic interview, man. You build on a lot in that one. Well, we still got 2 hours. We still got a whole nother hour that we never put up for that interview.
So we're gonna put it up. Well, we saved it for television, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm thinking about as I'm looking at that is where I was at in life, where I was at in the dream, what I was going through. You know, if you recall, my daughter and them just moved out there, and I just got a crib in Malibu because I was like, I want to live on the beach. But, you know, I was trying to figure out, you know, if it would, you know, I just didn't know where to live. You know what I mean? I was trying to figure it out.
Absolutely.
So I was also going through with seeing them, you know?
Yeah.
This is before streaming started kicking off the way it was.
Absolutely.
And this is when I was building what was happening now.
Yeah.
You know, waiting for the industry to catch up. So it's like what I was explaining is this was like therapy for me, you know, sitting and talking to my peers and just really kicking it about real things. And these were the conversations that we were going to have with or without a camera. You know, these are the conversations. Yo, is your man coming through tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna call. I gotta call Slice in a minute. I'm gonna call him. I gave him the information, but they politics. Yeah, what happened?
I had to get cataracts. I had to get my cataracts.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. The minute I got up, they put them in. They did one eye. I could see clear. I can't even believe.
Wow.
Because now I can see what the difference is.
Right.
It's crazy.
So when you wear your glasses, you said when you put your glasses on, you got to go get a whole new glass prescription. Right?
It's funny you thinking like that because that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So I got mad glasses and I'm like, wait, because I gotta wait.
You can't even wear them.
I'm not going to be able to wear them.
Right.
They all got, you know, I don't wear fugazi glasses. My all got medicine.
You on there? Hey, you used to tell me that every time I wore glasses, that you got medicine. I was like, nah, there's no medicine.
Some niggas like to wear glasses for fashion. I get it.
Yo, for fashion, exactly.
You know me, I really wear glasses.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Like, interject what you said though. What's crazy about the crackers with cheese stuff with Redman is that everything you talked about was based on service. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't so much money. It's about what service can you provide to people. And you connected it with yourself being Truman. You know what I'm saying? But we kept saying the True Man Show. This is the True Man Show.
Right.
You know, so we going to show people how it really goes down. Just like you being right now on the camera with your eye patch on. You know what I'm saying? You chilling. You know, this is just all natural. It's all natural, bro. Before the podcast thing got big.
Niggas have been like, I can't go on with the eye patch.
Exactly. Nah. You went on with no teeth. This time you went on with no teeth. This time, it didn't even matter. Robed up and everything. Like, this is me. But that's the beauty of what we did, man. That's the beauty of like everything we had, man. We got a whole another hour of that footage that we didn't even use.
Wow, I forgot we edited it up too. All that. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on. I'm sending them some more footage tonight, as a matter of fact. The ones with Cameron.
Yeah. All that is super.
So how's Florida?
Florida's off the hook. I love it. Sitting on that lake, and the studio is crazy. You know, we launched the football team.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They don't even know what's coming. It's on now.
Matter of fact,
can't tell you nothing.
I'm when we get off, I'm gonna tell you about things that happened today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just talked to Roman a minute ago, but it's all good. Everything's flowing, bro.
How did the combine
Everything is flowing. I didn't talk to him about that today because he was telling me about some other stuff that he was doing. He's trying to get these sponsors together, so it's just it's coming together.
Well, again, for me, and you know me, I hurt when the people I love hurt, and I love my culture. even more than I understood. You understand? Like, I didn't even realize how much I love my culture before I was able to kind of get and break a social class and really see how we're treated. You know, to see how we're looked at behind closed doors.
Right.
The way they manipulate, you know, and I gotta, for me, I can't watch my family suffer on any level while I'm doing all right and not try to do something.
Right.
You know? So you saw what I did in music. And what I do is I go at the person that everybody supposed to be scared of. Right? So everybody was scared of Leo, got it Leo. Everybody was scared of Weinstein, movies, got at him. Didn't have to really get at anybody in fashion. I just had to do my thing, you know, and I did that.
Right.
You know, but really it was Iceberg, right? Iceberg. I didn't like how they was carrying us. So I got at them by starting and becoming the competition and putting them the f out of business and making them change their whole business model. So when they didn't want to acknowledge our culture, they had to start using our culture to promote their to get back on the map. I did that to them, you know?
Wow.
And now sports, right? I it's been bothering me. I've told you this.
Yeah.
The two things that have been bothering me, the last two things to get off the, so I feel like I can relax, is we're not the landlords, right? We have to have ownerships in these towns. So the real estate game. And you know, when I come in the real estate game, I'm bringing everybody, right?
Right.
Sports. It's too flagrant to me to watch black people, especially when like 80% is black in the NFL, get concussions, basically fight each other for sport while white owners look at us from a box.
Right.
Owners.
Right.
They're called owners, you know? And we walk away happy to be acknowledged by them, but traumatized. And most of them, there's ones that aren't stars, that aren't articulate enough to be sportscasters. What do they do after they're 30? Or when they get hurt? And all these things that come with that. What do they do? And no one teaches them a skill. The skill they teach them is how to survive in the league and keep us be safe.
Right.
And then you see, even in the Super Bowl, the ratings weren't that good until halftime, and then people stayed. So we understand culturally the power of our music.
Yes.
The power of our physical attributes. But we don't understand the power of our minds. That we should not be happy to be temporarily let into somebody's house as long as we abuse our bodies and don't complain. So instead of talking about it and complaining, I'm going to be competition. I'm not going to say I'm going to put them out of business, but I'm going to change their business model. And I'm going to give us other options where you don't have to look up at a white owner. So more than likely, you'll notice all of a sudden there will be a black owner. I don't know who it's going to be.
Right.
But I'm going to think that I have something to do with that. You feel me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have to be able to give an option or an alternative. Not say, please let us sit at the table. Here's another table that you're not allowed to come to that gets more money than your table.
Absolutely.
So I might not make, as an owner, as much money as them, but I probably will. But the players will make more money than the average players. Not because of what you're doing on the field, but the literacy that you have off the field.
Yeah.
Because you know when anybody comes around me, I'm going to teach them the game. And I know a couple of them. You know?
Yeah, right.
So, you know, that's just energy.
It's about sticking together at this point more than ever now. I mean, I know the logic of it because my grandfather was in the Negro League, so I know.
Well, you know, this the Negro League. We the Negro League.
The Negro.
The WeGL.
Woo!
We the WeGL.
The WeGL. The Negro League. That's what this is. Bro, I can't wait. You know, like I haven't been this excited in a long time about something new coming about, man. Like, this is serious. I've been hearing this story since I was a child. My grandfather was Satchel Paige's best friend. You know what I'm saying? So I know what this is.
So we gonna bring that back around.
Negro League.
The Negro
Right.
League.
Sticking together. My grandfather was on the team when Jackie Robinson left.
Sounds
he was
like
on
we
the
got
Kansas City Monarchs when he left. Right.
We got a movie.
And they were upset with They were upset because Jackie wasn't even the best player, but he left and they told him not to. They was like, nah, we stick together. But he went ahead and bounced.
They took the Negro Leagues, Jordan, our LeBron.
Right.
You know, but that's not.
But he wasn't even that type of player at that time. That's what's interesting. He wasn't that type of player. It was Satchel Paige who was that player.
Yeah. Now
we on, man. Like this is beautiful, man. Like look at Fox Soul. You know what I'm saying? We up on Fox.
Yeah, you up there on TV, like I said, you was going.
Yeah, up on TV. I got that white beater showing too. I got the button there. I got the button up on. Yo, it's on.
Damn, I'm giving them Stan Smiths on those. What's those? Oh yeah, I'm giving them the Stan Smiths with the polo socks with the lime. Oh, the lime bucket.
Yeah,
oh,
the green
God.
with the bucket. Hey, but the ocean in the background. With the ocean in the background. The ocean in the background. Waves crashing.
And I didn't even know y'all. That was just on the. You know what I mean?
I was like, yo, we on our way. You was like, come through.
Yeah.
It's a whole hour at the table though.
See the outfit? Y'all see the fit? Y'all not looking at the fit? That's crazy.
It's a whole hour. It's a whole hour rolling up
with the polo socks, the polo. Bang bang with the with the white tee. Boop 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 boop. Oh, with the Damn. I think I was about to hit the block that day. I feel like
it was clicking. Yo, you was in your bag that day too. You was talking that. Definitely.
Nigga, I stay in that bag. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, man,
but it's a week roll league. Stay tuned. It's coming.
Nah.
It's here.
It's going down. You know, everything I say I'm gonna do, you're gonna see me do it at some point.
Right.
It might not be now, but it'll get done. You know, I don't forget nothing. And
cold part about it, you're not afraid to fail. You're not afraid to start. You're not afraid to try.
There is no fail if you learn from it, bro.
Damn right.
You know, like I'm not sitting. School for me is actually doing it.
Yep.
I'm learning how to be and run a team in a league in real time. You know, and you see what I'm doing. You see how much I call, how much research I do.
Oh, shit,
you know, it's not like I'm thinking the league is going to be on turnkey. I got to know exactly how to run this and get people that know how to run it and make sure the teams are all healthy and all these things that come with it. And I know it's going to be challenging. I want the challenge. I want the smoke. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be fun. You know, like some people like to go on hikes and walk up hills all day. That's torture to me. You know, I know it works and it gets you in shape, but you know, I don't love it. But some people love it. They really love it. So for me, starting a new business is like going on a rough uphill trail that I just love. And I know that when I finish, that I'm fully worked out and I feel good. You know, when you get into the ring, you don't expect not to get punched. You know, you don't expect, even when you administer pain, hurting people actually hurts your body physically. I don't like fighting because I break knuckles and, you know, I pull muscles and I rip. So even though I win, I end up losing. My girl's mad because she got to heal me. You know? But getting into a ring means you know it's going to be a fight.
Know what to expect. Absolutely.
You know, just like having a child. It don't mean it's going to be easy, but you love your child so much you enjoy everything that come with it. Every challenge that comes with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you really, like, the thing is, again, you was there for that too. Me not being able to see my children.
And you got to put the ones with Reggie.
One day I would be able to see my children.
Right. We got to put the ones with Reggie.
Being patient. And now Tallulah's in the room, right? Look at this. My new normal was something I had to go to court for. And it's my normal. You know what I'm saying? I know 3 minutes. I know you out. I know. You got to go. 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, look. Crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. It's beautiful. But look, she right in the room. Just normal. Being a teenager, man. Like, this is my dream.
Wow.
I got a baby with someone that I'm with. I got to knock on the door. That's the rules.
Right.
Look, she's just chilling. Look at that.
Tallulah.
Look. See, look at that. He's just chilling.
See that? He's chilling. That's right. That's right.
I did knock. Oh, can I not? You see? Yeah. Just chilling in a room, doing homework, laying in the bed.
Right.
You know, that's before, like, you know, before you have to do like a visit, you have to have activities and you want to make the best of the time. Like, I never knew what it felt like to have a child just relax and just lay in the bed and just not have to feel like they got to go.
The security of her father around.
Oh, look. Okay, Nikki, Okay, Nikki.
Yeah.
Okay, Nikki,
What's up, Nicolette?
That good shot at the screen. That was dope.
Woo! You see it?
Oh, yeah, it's on.
So, you know, Blue Rock is fully stimulated. Yo, you know, people putting up that country music record I did. That's on Sword. Vlad put it up.
I watched that. I'll be watching that. Wow, you went to the country. You're in the country market. You went ahead to the country record.
You know what it is? It's called freedom to do whatever the you want.
You want to do.
Nigga, I could do country music, put a cowboy hat, and start singing if I feel like it.
Right.
And I don't give a what anybody.
Don't give a what nobody think.
It does not matter.
Yeah. Right.
When I dance, that's the freedom dance. That's why not so many people know how to do it. A free man does whatever inspires him, does not care what anybody thinks, and only does whatever they want to do, whatever inspires them.
Right.
And yeah, I got to try that country music thing personally.
He was wilding out. I was like, look at that. Yo, that's some serious, that's some serious shit. Right.
Those are my cowboy hats and my horses.
Right. With your woman and your baby. With your baby and your lady.
With my baby and the lady. Now, whoever thinks that's whack is whack. And period.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to turn the channel. Like,
but who cares? Yeah, who cares?
Just get out of it. You ain't gonna think nothing.
Get out of here. Right. You don't like it? Change the channel.
And had that 1911 on my hip with the blue gator on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, gotta go get it. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's going down.
We on Fox Soul.
Fox Soul.
It's on.
See now, look, videos, the music stimulated, everything's going. And I'm not even in the music business, but I got videos on TV.
Right.
And look, just look. See, Smokey here. Look, Smokey here. If Smokey was smart, he'd be like, "Oh, he really got a TV. He don't believe it's a real TV network. He'd be making real moves right now. I don't know what's
right.
Yeah, bye. See you later.
I see. You got a lot going on.
See, Smoke. I told you it's on TV, but you want to around. You don't promote.
What up, Smoke?
I got shows.
Hey, bro.
You know. He said he like 50. Yeah, go ahead, talk to him. Go ahead.
What up, bro?
Oh yeah, what up, dog?
Hey, what's up, bro?
I thought you
feeling?
Was big for a minute. I said, what happened?
Yeah. What's happening
with you, dog?
Everything good. How long you gonna be in? How long you gonna be in Florida?
I'm gonna be down here. You say in LA?
No, in Florida. So you live out there? Or you still up in New York?
No, I'm in New York.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man.
I'm in New York. Yeah.
I'm
out here in LA till Saturday.
Okay, I got you.
I gotta run out.
Yeah, man. I was telling Dane to put up that movie State Property too. Yeah, that was both of those movies is classic. Got to put that on Fox Soul. Got to put it up.
Oh, it's not on there. What about Paper Soldiers? Not on there either.
No, I think that's on Tubi. I think it's on Tubi, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, got to put up on Fox Soul.
Yo, why we not doing the Paper Soldiers TV show?
Yeah.
Why we not remaking Paper Soldiers?
Nigga, what? I ain't tell you that last time I was here.
You should be doing it. Nigga, don't tell me what to do.
I ain't tell you. I got the movie right now. We can just change the title and change some shit. The couple of dollars shit.
Hey, tell Dame I'm out.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.